Hello everyone and welcome to today's video of our video series We Digitalize Our Production. In today's video we show you how we created an order overview with Peakboard. How this works you see now.
The data for the visualization is sourced from the ERP system. The database for the ERP system is a Microsoft SQL server. I'll start by setting up my SQL database. Here, I'm first going to create the data source for my customer entries. For that, I'll just use my saved connection and then change my reload interval. After that, I'll enter my SQL query, after which I'll be able to go ahead and load my data. The next data source is going to contain my orders. Once again, I'm going to use my saved login details and then enter my SQL query. Here, I want to read out the first 1,000 lines from the order header table and then sort them in descending order by the date they were created, so that we can see the most current orders at the top. Next, I'm going to create a variable that I'll call order details. The order number is going to be written here for the relevant order, as well as some more detailed information that we want to show here. Then, I'm going to make a data flow into which I'm going to filter the information from the order header and then connect it to the client. For that, I first need to make a filter where I'll only keep the active and the created orders. This way, all of the completed orders are removed. Next, I'm going to connect the customers table to the data flow using the customer number so that additional customer data can be displayed for each order. Then, I'm going to add another column where I'll write the order details number. I'm going to need that later for scripting. Now, I'm going to sort the orders in the table according to their status and the date that they were created. Last, I'll add in the index to the rows as a number. We'll be needing that at a later point as well. Then, I can go ahead and get started with displaying my orders as a visualization. For that, I'm going to create a rectangle which will get the heading Next Orders. Now, we're going to set up a list view inside the rectangle. I'll start by connecting that to the data flow that we just made. Then, I'll make my template, which should give us all of the rows from the data flow in the list view. Here, I'll insert the order number and a carrier, as well as an icon that we'll set up with conditional formatting. This will show us a solid color star when the customer has been marked as a VIP, and an empty star when it's not a VIP. Lastly, I'm going to add a button that can be used later on to show additional details about that particular order. Next, I'll create an additional template where I'll adopt the design and then add a blue border around it. This will be set up to only show us the rows where the index is 1, so for the current order. Now, I'm going to make another data flow in order to show the details for an order. This will contain a filter that will return only the row where the order number and the order details match. Then, I'm going to create another area that we'll use to display the details. Now, in order to set the variable order details, I'm going to make a script for the button in the list view. Here, I'm going to first write the current row of the list view that we're currently in into the local variable row. Then, I'll create a condition that we'll use to check whether the order details variable matches the order details in the row that we just clicked on. If that's the case, we want to clear the order details variable because it means that the button is being pressed for the second time. This should make the details disappear again. If it's not the case though, we want to copy the order number into the order details variable of the row that we just clicked on. After that, the order details data flow, as well as the data flow where the orders are processed, need to be reloaded. Next, I'm going to add a text box which will show the order number of the order details. Then, I'll add the individual text boxes that are going to contain the information for each of the selected orders. Lastly, I'll add in some conditional formatting to make them disappear when no order is selected. With that, I'm done setting up my visualization.
What you can see here is a list of all our open orders. You can get details by clicking on the Show Details button. Also, you see blue marked the current produced order. Thanks for watching. In our next video, you see how we realize our quality checks in our production lines. See you then.